Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, March 28th, and winter's parting gifts may be in store for Wednesday night into Thursday night across central and northern Michigan as a storm system that's going to be tracking out of the southern plains will move into the Ohio Valley, and as it does, it'll spread precipitation into the state of Michigan late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And right now it looks like most areas will start off with snow that'll change to rain. However, once you get up into central Michigan, there may be a little bit more difficulty in switching that over to the rain, and so the snow may be lasting long enough in some areas to pick up some light accumulations, maybe even a little bit more than light. So that's something we're going to be watching for as the snow moves in for Wednesday night and Thursday. And again, this does bear watching here, and would not be surprised to see some sort of winter weather advisories for portions of central or northern Michigan here as that storm gets closer. But again, the odds are that we'd switch over to rain fairly quickly, but something this time of year that can also often sneak up on us and give us a pretty good accumulating snow. So we're going to watch that very closely. You can see over the next 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 days, looks like continuation of warm and also a little bit on the wet side as we see plenty of spring-like weather eventually once we get past these next 5 to 7 days. And our normals for the day, our normal high is 48, the normal low is 28, and you can see we had a record high of 80 in 1910, so it can get pretty warm this time of year. And back in 1983, we also picked up 2 inches of snow. If we look at the warmest and lowest conditions around the U.S. yesterday, 98 degrees at Rio Grande Village in Texas, and the cold spot, 14 degrees at Ontario Reservoir in Colorado. And if we look at conditions around the area on Monday across the MAC and LAC areas, it was pretty warm with temperatures mainly in the low 50s to the north and into the upper 50s across the south. And again, precipitation mainly off into the southeast portions of the area, a little bit of drizzle off to the north. But again, looks like we'll be a little bit cooler than that today with highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. And you can see for the month right now, we're about 1.5 degrees per day below normal. And if we look at the conditions around the area this morning, you see temperatures mainly in the upper 30s across the north to the upper 40s across southeast lower Michigan. And again, we're going to have that battle set up across mid-Michigan, and that's where we'll try to figure out where the most snow may fall from this next system. And you can see on radar our next system already developing across portions of the western plains. And again, the main low pressure system will be coming out of the southern Colorado area, coming out into the Ohio Valley right now as it looks. And again, we're going to be right on that borderline across mid-Michigan as to the rain-snow line. You can see the system that exited out the area, bringing a little bit of light rain this morning into southeast lower Michigan, southwest Ontario, and portions of Indiana, Ohio. Some of these colder cloud tops indicating some pretty good thunderstorms. And again, our next system developing out here, you can see a little bit of a pinwheel as that system is coming out of the southwest. And again, once it emerges, it'll begin to strengthen as it moves off to the northeast. If we look at the forecast map here for today, you can see the low pressure system that'll be moving off to the east, our next system developing across the Rockies. Again, it'll congeal over portions of the Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle and then move into the Ohio Valley. And if we look at the forecast map by tomorrow, our storm system now getting better organized, pretty good area of severe weather. Looks like it's going to break out across the deep south all the way up into the portions of the Missouri Valley. Again, there could be some pretty significant amount of tornadoes with this system as it begins to pull off to the northeast. And then you'll see that severe weather spread up into the Ohio Valley, portions of western Kentucky, all the way to the Gulf states. We're going to keep an eye on that. There could be some, again, pretty strong storms. And then farther to the north in the cold air, a mixture of rain and snow. And again, where that snow line is, there certainly could be a few inches of snow in some areas. And again, would not be surprised if we get into late tomorrow that we see some winter weather advisories hoisted for at least portions of northern Michigan, if not central Michigan. And for the rest of the state, looks like as far as precipitation goes, the heaviest amounts will be around the I-96 corridor on off to the south, where about 1/2 to maybe 3/4 of an inch could fall. And as far as the rest of the state, about 4/10 of an inch. And again, some of that could be in the form of accumulating snows. Between these red lines, I think that's somewhere is where that transition of more snow than rain will occur. And again, I think the best chance of accumulations are going to be places like Mount Pleasant, Roscommon, and Harrison, Gladwin, over towards Oscoda. Again, I would not be surprised to see several inches of snowfall. Again, if we didn't get it, it wouldn't surprise me either, but we've got to watch this area. We could even see some of the models pointing out around 6 or more inches of snow Again, not likely, but something we'll certainly keep an eye on. And if we look at the next 48 or next 84 hours off the GFS, you can see it does show snow all the way down around the Lansing area. Best chance of about 2 inches again as you get up towards M46 from there on north, where then across Wisconsin. So these are the areas I think you could see some sort of advisories issued here as we get later into tomorrow. A lot of time to kind of go over the model data. And the European is a little bit farther south with some of the heavier snows, putting about 2 to 4 inches all the way down south to about Elma or towards Marlette, Newaygo. So some of our northern MAC area is certainly going to want to watch for later forecasts, as we could get just a little bit of snow. It's not going to hang around long because we'll see temperatures go back into the 50s. Weather watch this morning, just some fog advisories off in portions of the Dakotas into Minnesota and down into portions of Missouri and Kansas. And again, not a whole lot going on now, but we may see some sort of advisories issued here over the next 24 hours for portions of central or northern Michigan. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.